Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday night. For those of you that don't know me, which is probably a lot of you, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Stephanie Muehletaler, and I'm the principal of Otonabee College. I am reaching out to all of you through the screen in my own home because, we're not in Wenjack Theater at the moment, but that's okay. I'm still very excited to talk to all of you and to help welcome all of you, parents, students, supporters, to this really special community. Over the next little bit, I'll talk to you about even, start at the beginning. What is a college? Because some of you might be thinking, I'm pretty sure I applied to university. I'll talk to you about what makes Otonabee College so wonderful and so special. All the different resources that we have for you, no matter where you're attending school from, whether it's Thunder Bay, Ghana, or right here in Peterborough, and what events are going on to help engage you with the college community. I'm sure there's tons of questions, so if you do have any questions, there should be a chat box right here. If everything works out, I'll be answering questions along the way, and so will some of the amazing student staff. But before we get into it, I'd like to take a quick moment to do a land acknowledgement, which is something really special that we do here at Trent. Before we get into the bulk of the presentation, I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the land that Trent University in Peterborough is on. We respectfully acknowledge that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississauga and Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to the First Peoples for their care for and their teachings about our earth and our relations. May we honor these teachings. During your time at Trent, may it be 1 year, 4, or maybe even a little bit longer, I challenge you to learn more about the First Peoples. We have our First Peoples House of Learning and many sacred spaces on this campus. We have wonderful programming put on to help challenge us to learn more about the First Peoples, not only of those in and around Peterborough, but within our entire country. So, before we get into the bulk of the presentation, we just did our land acknowledgement. I want to make sure that all of you are connected and you know what's going on. So we have newsletters that come out. We're also on Facebook and on Twitter, but one of our main streams of communication is Instagram. So we're running a little contest with some really awesome swag that we have. We'd like to get at least, let's say, 50 and then 100 new followers over this presentation. So I'm going to give you a second to grab your phones. Do you have your phone? Are you ready? Okay. Open your phone and go to Instagram and look up Otonabee_college. And I'd love for you to follow us. So I'll give you a second to do that. I'm going to be watching Otonabee right now. And the 50th person and the 100th person, I'll reach out to you and you'll have won a really awesome swag prize. So hopefully by the end of this presentation, or we'll even say tomorrow morning on Tuesday the 9th, I'll check to see how many new followers we have. And it's just the best way to get connected with what's going on with Otonabee. We have some awesome Instagram lives, so check out our IGTV, and all of our contact information will be at the end of this presentation. If you have questions and want to get in contact with myself or the college, here is all of our contact information and how you stay connected. I'll add this slide at the end of the presentation, but if you're learning virtually, this is the way you get a hold of us. Now we have an inspirational message from the founding president of Trent University, Tom Simons, who I believe is just as passionate about Trent's colleges as he was when he first founded the university at only 33 years old.
Hello. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to Trent and to this wonderful college. You are the 56th freshman class in this young university's history, and I look forward to meeting each of you while you're here. These are unusual, perhaps unprecedented times in human history, times in which community is of increasing importance, I think, as a value, more important than ever. Trent is a collegiate university. It provides its students with the opportunity to engage in a smaller community, that of their college. You will find that each college has its own unique heritage, character, and setting, with which you will no doubt become acquainted during your time as a student. In addition to your classes, and for some of you residential experience, your college offers you another point of entry into the wider life of the university, where you can meet and learn from students studying in all different disciplines, and where you will have the opportunity to come to know and interact with faculty from various academic backgrounds who are also members of the college community. The college system continues to have the opportunity today, as it did at the time of Trent's founding, to bring peoples together and to forge new connections and understandings. Although our current circumstances, across Canada and beyond, mean that much of your orientation is taking place from a distance, I can assure you that we are still very much together as a community that embodies the very essence of Trent, and I am delighted to welcome you as you begin this new chapter in your life. I am confident that this university has the character and the spirit and the intellectual strength to meet whatever challenges lie ahead, and so do you, I'm sure, its newest students. Welcome and bon voyage.
So you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, but like seriously, what is a college? I'm pretty sure this is a university. And you're right. What's really special about Trent University, and I've worked at a lot of different schools around the world, is that they have what's called a collegiate institution or a collegiate system. So this is modeled after schools like Durham and Oxford over in the UK, and also Harvard, which you can find in Boston down in the States. So what it really does is these colleges are subsections in these smaller communities within the larger community of Trent. I myself think this is really awesome because it provides students and faculty and staff and even alumni these really purposeful and meaningful opportunities to engage with one another and the community outside of the classroom. I myself am from a small town, like 20 minutes outside of a small town. I grew up on a dairy farm outside of Godrich. So if any of you have a clue where that is, or probably had a cottage somewhere around there, let me know in the chat. I think that would be awesome. But I really can appreciate the small community and the close-knit feel that Trent provides. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, cool, I kind of get it. I get that it's, some folks often tell us that they see similarities between that and Harry Potter. And also the way I describe it and illustrate it is the country of Canada. So Canada being like Trent, and the colleges being like the different territories and the different provinces. What each college provides is an opportunity and a resource hub. So if you don't even know where to start and you've got questions, go to your college office or any college office. We have academic advising and academic skills, which you'll hear a little bit more about later. We have our own form of student government, and students really have this opportunity to connect with the college, engage, but also connect with all the different colleges on campus. YOC, what makes Otonabee College so special? So first of all, Otonabee College is the fourth oldest college out of the five, created in 1972, to get all kind of the facts in there. The colors are navy and gold. I think everybody looks good in navy and gold, so that's, a bonus. This is our crest, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the year, but for more information on the crest, check out our website. You can find tons of information there. And this is our college scarf, which is something that hopefully you will receive later on in the year. In this world of COVID, we're just trying to figure out, how to do that. Otonabee is an Ojibwe word which translates to the river that beats like a heart. Otonabee is the only college that is not named after a person. It's actually named after the river that runs through our campus. In Latin, I'm not going to pronounce the whole thing in Latin, our motto. It's a little difficult for me still, but it translates to the times are changing and we change with them, which I think is really something beautiful in this weird world that we're living in that is challenging us to be innovative and to be flexible and to think outside of the box. Each college is connected to different departments, but students in those departments don't have to pick that particular college. But if you're interested, the different departments associated with Otonabee are the ones that are in the building. So that's sociology, education, and computer science. And also, we are connected to some of the different programs in the DNA building. So nursing, anthropology, psychology, and forensic science. So what to me is Otonabee all about? So some of the things that we focus on in our programming are holistic wellness, sustainable equity, and also scientific and technological innovation. That being said, the way I see Otonabee is this beautiful, wonderful family that you can just show up and be whoever you want to be. And so I see it as all these different awesome individuals that come together from different walks of life and stories and just a wide range of diversity. And they come together and form this really beautiful mosaic. So I'm just absolutely thrilled to be part of Otonabee and to find out more about the college itself, all their different events and whatnot. Check out our website. Again, you can find that right here. So one thing I totally forgot, which is actually quite important for this presentation, is that we have a mascot, and their name is, well, it's the river otter. That's fitting. And we've named them lovingly Ottie the otter. So if you read up more about otters, I think the otter is the perfect animal to represent Otonabee College, and you'll find out more about Ottie and their adventures on their first day of school. So when I was thinking about how to do this college presentation, I thought to myself, well, usually I'm in Wenjack Theater, it's a whole room of about 400 plus people, and I've got a PowerPoint, some other folks talking, and I thought to myself, gosh, you are all gonna spend so much time on the computer. Nobody wants to listen to me and have some sort of random PowerPoint in the background for the next half hour. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow along with Ottie, our mascot, as they go through their very first day of school. So I'd like you to sit back, and I hope you enjoy our little presentation, our little movie. It's going to go through all the different resources and events, connect you to some folks. I hope it's enjoyable. For those of you that do any type of movie editing, please have some kindness, because this is me and I movie, trying my very best. So I hope you grab a drink. I hope you are comfortable, and I'd like to introduce you to Ottie and their first day of school at a time.
So let's go back. Let's go back to February 2020. Ottie is pumped. They just got their letter of acceptance to Trent University. They were so excited. Do you want to know how excited Ottie was? They were this excited. Fast forward to March, Ottie started to get worried because, well, we all know, COVID happened. And obviously you know the rest. So Ottie, while in Peterborough, will still have to learn virtually. And while some things have changed, Ottie is still so very excited to come to Trent and even more excited to be part of the Otonabee College family.
Hi, I'm Kavya. Are you in first year as well? Oh my god, that's awesome. What class do you have right now? Oh, okay, that's awesome. I have the same class. Do you want to go together and find a room? I think it's a Zoom lecture. What was your name, by the way? Oh, Ottie, so nice to meet you. Let's go inside and find a spot.
Oh, awesome. Ottie's made a new friend. Let's see what him and Kavya get up to next.
Oh, we're inside. We gotta put our masks on. Humans only. We're ready to sanitize our hands.
Thank you, Kavya, for sanitizing those hands well and making sure that you have your mask on correctly. Thank you for keeping us all safe here at Trent.
The lecture's starting. Let's tune in to our first Zoom lecture. I don't know how I'm feeling about these Zoom lectures, Ottie. It's a lot of focus.
Hey, I just overheard that you're worried about succeeding in your classes. You should really consider making an appointment with academic skills. They can help you set a goal so you can be successful and get good grades.
Thank you so much. That's so useful. It's a lot of information, and I think academic skills might be very useful for me to process all of this.
Yeah, of course. Just go down to the college office and set up an appointment, and you'll be good to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Otonabee College. Welcome to Trent and welcome to Otonabee. I'm Erin Stewart-Eves. I'm the academic skills instructor at Otonabee College. Happy to see you today. A little bit about me. I've been at Trent forever and I love this place and I want you to love it too. So if you have Trent questions, come ask me. I can tell you about the old days, like before you were born probably, which sometimes is fun to kind of go retro, throw it back a bit. What's not retro this year? We are doing a lot of appointments for you remotely. That's right, you can video chat with us, we can talk to you on the phone, or we can send you written feedback via email if you want. Why would you want to meet with an academic skills instructor? Which you can meet with me or someone at a different college. It's totally okay. You would meet with me to talk about, getting adjusted to university life. So whether that's your online learning classes or that's critical reading and reading the amount that you have to read or taking decent notes or studying for those first midterms, we can help you with that. We'll also read your papers, parts of them, and offer comments back to help you make them even better before you submit them. We also do a lot of workshops. We have a comprehensive website with a lot of online resources. I highly recommend booking the online documentation guide, which helps you out with citing your sources. And we have many other programs that we are offering to support students at Trent, including the online learning student assistant program, which you can look for an OLSA or student mentor in your online classes, and they can help you out with some online learning navigation that you might need. We look forward to meeting you. Please give me an email, give me a call, drop in for an appointment, and I'm happy to chat with you and help you have the best start to your time at Trent. Bye.
Erin had some great information. So once again, if you need to write it down, the website is trentu.ca/academic skills. There's so much great information on there, especially the online documentation guide to help you all with your citations. To email them, it's acdskills@trentu.ca. Give them a call at extension 7098. And once again, like academic advising, you can book those appointments at trentu.ca/SEP. We also have drop-in Otonabee College. Those are 30-minute appointments every Tuesday from 1 to 3. But of course, you can book an appointment any time of year. Thanks for all that great info, Erin. Now let's head back to Ottie and Kavia's first day of school. It looks like Kavia's mind has changed a little bit about that first lecture.
Oh my god, that was a great lecture. I'm actually not minding Zoom at all. I think that's the cabinet. Do you want to maybe go check it out? Okay, let's go. Hi, I'm Kavia and this is Ottie. How are you guys doing?
Good. I'm Nick, Cabinet President.
And I'm Amy, the Cabinet Vice President.
It's so nice to meet you. What is this huge line for? Oh my god.
Well, today we have one of our classic barbecues going on.
That's
So
awesome.
it might be a little bit of a wait. So why don't I tell you about Cabinet? So we are student government. So we run a whole bunch of fun events during the year, like our barbecues, our formal, East versus West, those type of things.
That's awesome.
And we currently have our elections coming up. So if you want more info on that, join Cabinet, check out our website,
Yeah.
and fun time.
Yeah, me and Ottie are so interested and we're gonna send in applications.
All right.
It's a great way to get involved.
I love getting involved and so does Ottie.
Thanks, Amy and Nick. For more info on the OC Cabinet or how to run in the by-election, check out their website at otonabeecollege.com. You can also get in touch with all the folks at Cabinet by emailing them at occabinet@trentu.ca.
That line does look long. Do you maybe want to just hang out for a bit and wait it out? Okay, let's go. Hi, do you guys mind if we just maybe hang around till the line dies down?
No, of course not. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're in Otonabee! We're also in Otonabee! I'm Kavya and this is Ottie!
Whoa, awesome. That's crazy. We're actually the Otonabee orientation facilitators.
Oh my god, are you Ryan and Tony or Ryan and Tony?
I'm Ryan. Yeah, and I'm Tony.
It's so nice to meet you. I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity. Like those Instagram lives and those fishing rods.
How's your first day going?
It's going well. We just came from a Zoom lecture and it wasn't that bad. Yeah, how's your guys' first day going, I guess?
Yeah.
How's O-Week?
Doing great. Yeah, O-Week's great. We're actually getting ready for some events right now. Are you interested in attending any O-Week events?
Yes, Otonabee all the way, hot to go!
Amazing. Yeah, we have a lot of events planned for you guys. A lot of online ones. We have actually a fishing show,
Whoa.
8 a.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Make sure to join in on Insta Live to watch us catch some big ones, you know?
Nice.
And we also have some Survivor type events where you join in and sort of feel like you're in the Survivor TV show.
Like Hunger Games?
Yeah, sure, exactly,
that's awesome.
We have tons of in-person events too. We have event Books by the Beach where you can come read books by the water.
Great.
And we have a great movie coming up too that you guys can watch.
Oh my god, that's awesome. We're totally gonna join in that.
Yeah, we have actually an event this evening too, so make sure to join us for that.
Yeah, I think the line's died down, but thanks so much for telling us about all those cool events. We'll see you there.
Of course, see you.
Bye.
Nice meeting you guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Tony and Ryan. That's going to be an awesome week. For all of you that don't know what's going on or you want to make sure that you're up to date, make sure to check out the Trent app or go to trentu.ca/orientation for all the events and the overall schedule. Hope to see you out. After a great lunch, Kavya and Ottie decide to take Amy's advice and head back inside to check out the Otonabee College office and see what other great resources they have for all of you.
Oh my god, Ottie! Did you know that Otonabee means river that beats like a heart? Wow! Oh my god, our motto is the times are changing and we change with them. That's so fitting for these changing times.
Hi, welcome to the Otonabee College office.
Hi! We're here today to learn more about the college services.
Awesome, well thanks for coming by. In the college office, we're your one-stop shop for any question you need. We have academic advising here for degree planning or academic skills if you'd like some help learning to study or write your essays and assignments.
Oh, that's so great. I think Ottie needed some help with academic advising. Where do we go to book an appointment?
Well, you're in the right place. I can book you an appointment with Lindsay, our academic advisor.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Hi there. My name is Lindsay Mitchell, and I'm the academic advisor at Otonabee College. I work with students to help them make the most of their academic time here at Trent. Students might come to meet with me if they want to do some academic goal setting, discuss options for their majors or different courses that they could take, or if they are unsure about their degree requirements. So if you're having some questions about your degree, please don't hesitate to come and reach out to me. Students can find a lot of the information about their degree and different options in Trent's academic calendar. A lot of students will access the calendar online through MyTrent, but as you can see, there's a lot of information in this book. So part of why I'm here is to help you understand what you're reading. If you have questions about what you're seeing in the academic calendar, or you want some help making sense of it all, I'm here, so please reach out, book an appointment, and I can make sure that you are confident in your requirements and what is available to you. Now, unfortunately, sometimes during your degree at Trent, you hit a bump in the road and things don't go as planned, or situations arise that make school a little bit extra difficult. During these times, I would really encourage you to also reach out to me as an academic advisor. We can talk through the different options that are available for support, and I can also help to minimize the impact on your academic success. If you want to book an appointment with me, I would encourage you to go to the Student Experience portal to book one and at a time that works for you. You can find that at trentu.ca/SEP. Alternatively, I also offer drop-in appointments, little 15-minute slots every Tuesday morning from 9 to noon, and those are reserved for quick questions or time-sensitive urgent matters. So no prior booking required. Every Tuesday, those drop-in appointments are available. If you have questions about program options or you want to talk about different goals that you have, please reach out. I'm here to help and I'm really eager to get to know you all. So whether we meet over video conference or phone or maybe even in person, I'm really looking forward to getting to know you. And welcome to Trent and the Otonabee family.
So just in case you missed all of that, here it is one more time. To learn more about advising, check out our website at trentu.ca/advising. You can always email any of the advisors at advising@trentu. Give us a quick call at extension 7333. And to book an appointment, go to the Trent U Student Experience portal at trentu.ca/SEP. We do have appointments all throughout the year, but we do every Tuesday have drop-in appointments, and those are from 9 to noon, and they are 15 minutes. So now we've gone over some of the resources. What about all these different events that Otonabee is planning? We've got lots of different events being planned for you that you can both access virtually, in person, and sometimes both. On our IGTV on Instagram, we have some previous Insta Lives, but we're planning to do more that'll connect you with the Otonabee and Peterborough community. Also, if you really enjoy receiving real mail, not bills, then check out our Pen Pal program. We'll always have Starbucks with Steph, where I get to connect with different students, both virtually and in person, over a cup of Starbucks. We have a whole week planned to just appreciating the wonderful Otonabee community. We also, if you need to get out and move around a little bit, in combination with Otonabee College, we've got Old School Sweat every Monday at 2 o'clock. We're also bringing in speakers from the Peterborough community and also around the world with our program Changing Lives, One Conversation at a Time, which looks at different folks who have really shown us what leadership is all about. And lastly, it's very important for us to give back to the community. So we'll have different programs through our program called OC Gives, where we can contribute to those who have given us so much. After checking out the office, Kavya and Ottie head to the OC Quad to see what's going on.
Oh my goodness. Are they like this?
This big.
In the river?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I think the event Tony and Ryan were talking about is about to start. Do you want to head into the OC Quad? Okay, let's go. Wow, there's so many people here.
Hey, you two. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you yet. My name is Steph Mulletaler, and I'm the principal of Otonabee College. Who are you two?
Hi, I'm Kavya, and this is Ottie.
It's so nice to meet you. How has your first couple of days been going?
It's been good. Just, getting used to Zoom. It's getting kind of overwhelming, but someone told me about academic skills, so I'm gonna go there.
That's awesome. And don't worry. For anyone that's worried, you too, Ottie, this can be quite overwhelming. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of transitions, and then we throw COVID on top of that. Just so you know, you can always come to the college office for any type of help. We're open 9 to 4, both physically and virtually. And I think you've checked it out before, but it's right across from Wenjack. If you want to check out any of our resources, we have tons to help you academically and socially to get you involved and help you with your academic transition. And if you have any questions or you just want to chat, either of you, you can always DM us on Instagram, you can drop me an email or give me a call. I'd love to connect.
That's so nice. It's so many resources. I'm really excited to learn more. Thank you.
No problem. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, we're gonna watch this movie or event, whatever it was.
It'll be great. Tony and Ryan will let you know.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's go check it out. While Kavya and Ottie are at the event, they meet some of the Otonabee College students who share with them what their favorite memory is of Otonabee College.
I have so many great memories here at OC. One of my favorite is meeting all the great people in this college and here at Trent, and we all went down to the river to go swimming. I'll always remember it, and I had such an amazing time.
My favorite memory was hosting an OC Trivia Night for Wildside Weekend in the spring. So make sure you stay up to date with the college office and cabinet so you can make memories like I have.
Okay, so my favorite memory in Otonabee isn't just one, it's all of our barbecues over the last 2 years. They're really fun. I get to meet a lot of people, and they've become kind of a signature cabinet event, and I really enjoy them.
My favorite memory about OC was actually when I went to Starbucks with Steph. It was great because I got to meet other students from Otonabee and also hang out and get to know our amazing college principal even more. And also, she actually bought us free Starbucks too, so that was great.
First day is done for Ottie. Even though Ottie was nervous sometimes, they enjoyed their first Zoom lecture. They learned all about the college, the resources that were available, all the great events that were going to happen. And you know what? Ottie even taught their new friends a dance. We've still got more coming up, so in the next few minutes, you're going to find out, hey, where is all that awesome OC swag everybody had on in the video? How can I find it, and how much is it? I'll have a few last words, and then I've got a special guest for you all that I'm sure will make you laugh. I think we like to brag a lot in Otonabee that we have some of the best swag. And you see it all over, students. We've got this adorable Ottie that you can buy, this really pretty gold mug that keeps your drinks warm. Our dad hats have been extremely popular. It's Peterborough, so it's going to be pretty cold in the winter. So grab a hat and some Otonabee mitts to make sure you keep warm. We want to make sure that our sweet little Ottie is safe, so we have a sustainable water bottle, sunglasses for all that sun, and our newest, cutest pin. We just love it, designed by a student. You can also throw a patch onto your backpack if you'd like. We have our awesome baseball tees that are quite long, and this great sweater that you'll see quite a bit. Lastly, if you want a sticker we throw on your laptop, we've got that. These are just a few of the different items we have. You can find them all at the Otonabee College office. And we're also exploring, for those of you at home, how to get these items through our Otonabee College swag shop online. We also have the cardigan and the rugby shirt that you saw. We don't have pictures of those yet, but come by the college office if you're ever in town and check them out.
Before I do my closing comments and give you all that important information about how to reach myself or anyone on the team or the college, I just want to let you know that after my part, there'll be a comedian. His name is Simeon. He is from Trent University, so that's super exciting. So if you want to laugh on a Monday night, then hang tight. That's what's coming up next. So thank you so much for hanging in there and watching our wonderful, or at least I'd like to think so, little presentation on what Otonabee College is all about, all the different resources. If you want to get in contact, please check out the next slide. I'll go through all our different forms of contact so you can reach out to me. If you haven't gotten your question answered, again, drop some questions over here. We're here answering them, but all of our social media and email channels will be in the next slide. Again, follow us on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. I know that this is going to be a weird year, and we will all figure it out together with our ebbs and flows. The one thing I want you to know is that I and Otonabee College are here for you. So again, if you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, let me know. That goes to the supporters and the parents as well. And if you want to know what the school is doing or where we're at, also make sure to follow our COVID updates, and the website for that is right up here. So thanks again in the most cheesy way. I am so utterly excited to welcome you to Otonabee College.
And up next, we hope you enjoy Trent graduate and comedian Simeon.
Hi, I just want to thank Dr. Kristen Freeman-Roth for inviting me. Thank you to Trent University for having me. I wish I could have performed for you in person, but obviously we're in different times. This was the next best thing. It was done in front of a distance audience, so no one has to worry about that. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy this set, and I really look forward to performing for you in person sometime soon. Take care, stay healthy, and always proud to be an alumni. And Trent College is the best.
Please put your hands together right now for the very, very funny Mr. Simeon, everybody. Simeon.
It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you for coming out on a Saturday night. This is the world that we're living in. This is it. This is it. I have to address this because this is not how we were doing things before. This is new. I understand it. We need this. We need to keep each other safe so we can get back to normalcy at some point. But for now, keep each other safe. And I get this, but this is fucking weird. This is weird. This looks like like I'm performing for a bunch of serial killers, and I need to be kept safe. It feels like I'm the Pope and I'm addressing people, and I need to be kept safe. Or, more appropriately, it feels like I'm a serial killer, but I'm still hilarious. And the authorities are like, he kills people, but he's also very funny. So We will keep him in a cage, but we'll bring audiences to him. Just don't blink, though. Don't blink. He'll kill you. Don't blink. It's very strange. It's a very strange thing that we're doing. But this is where we are, and I genuinely am happy. This is the first weekend I'm doing shows in 5 months, and I'm genuinely happy to be out again, doing what I love. But I will tell you, I learned a lot about myself in 5 months of quarantine. In 5 months of quarantine, you learn a lot. The first thing that I learned was that I'm built for stage 1. I'm built. I am built for stage 1. When the orders came from up above, they were like, hey, shut everything down and you cannot leave your house except to go for groceries. I was like, sign me up, sign me up. That is exactly what I've been doing for 15 years, so sign me up. I am good to go. I am built for stage 1. Ooh, the idea that I never have to shake anyone's hand again is amazing. It's amazing. I'm so happy about that. Because most of you are disgusting human beings, most of you. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Because here's the thing, with this job, every time you would finish a show, people would come up to you and would be, hey man, great show, and they'd want to give you a handshake and dap you up, and you're like, yeah, I gotta do it because I want these people to love me, but now not anymore, not anymore. I don't give a fuck. I'm never shaking any of your hands ever again. Most of you, cool handshake, but every once in a while, you would go in and the hand would be wet, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? It's not even raining. Why is your hand wet? You've been inside watching a comedy show for 2 hours. It's not raining. Why is your hand wet? But you can't ask that to an audience member, right? You want, again, we need your love. You can't ask. But it gets worse, because you might think the wet hand is worse. No. It gets worse, because the wet hand, you can explain away. Maybe they just went to the bathroom, washed their hands, and didn't dry their hands. Cool. But every once in a while, you'd go in for a handshake, and your hands would stick together. Like, what the hell is happening? And there would be like this sticky liquid, like just coming off of it. Oh, don't groan, okay? I'm the one who went through it, okay? None of you have to deal with this, okay? But I do like the people groaning, because you realize that is disgusting. If you're sitting next to someone who wasn't disgusted by that, that's the person I'm talking about. That is the person that I'm worried about, that I never have to touch ever again. It's great. But I'm happy. It's everywhere now. This is what we're dealing with. We have to address it because it's weird. The tables used to be all the way up here. We can't do that anymore. There's sanitizer everywhere, okay? And I'm happy about that, because I'm a person who was carrying hand sanitizer everywhere I went, but it was a secret, okay? I felt shame about it, right? Because no one else was doing it, right? Because most of you have disgusting hands, right? And so I I've carried hand sanitizer my whole life, and I just walk away, and I would look at the corner, and I would wait until no one was looking. like I'm doing crack cocaine or something. Not anymore, okay? Now I'm just like, bring it on, okay? Like, let's do this. It's a fun time. Ooh, look at that. That's hand sanitizer. Like, it's sprinkling everywhere. I'm like, yeah, let's do this, right? Because now this is the thing that we do, and we're all proud of it. But then, 3 weeks ago, they were like, hey, Canada just recalled 52 different brands of hand sanitizer. And I was reading, so I was like, oh, crap. What happened? And I read. And they're like, yeah, 52 different brands were recalled about 3 weeks ago. And the reason they gave was because this hand sanitizer wasn't fit for human consumption. Yeah. And that is 52 different entrepreneurs going, oh man, fuck. Most of them are in Oshawa. So they were like, oh man, I was just trying to make a buck, right? And they were like, this hand sanitizer is not good because it's not fit for human consumption. I'm like, no. That's the hand sanitizer that we need, okay? The one that's not fit for human consumption. And they were like, but what happens if a 5-year-old drinks this hand sanitizer and they die? And I was like, no, let that child die. Let that child die. If your child is drinking hand sanitizer, you have failed as a parent. Let that child. That is the universal sign that we don't need that child in society. We don't need that human being to grow up. Do you understand? It's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. Like, no child is drinking hand sanitizer at 5 and figuring out the cure to COVID at like 26. It's not going to happen, okay? If anything, we're in this situation because of people who were drinking hand sanitizer when they were kids. Because you guys heard the conspiracy that someone ate a bat and now we can't fucking buy onions without wearing hazmat suits? Like, that's one person who was drinking hand sanitizer at 5. Let them go. You walk into the room, you see a 5, 6-year-old guzzling hand sanitizer, be like, yep, that's good, that's good. We don't even have to have a big funeral anymore because, it's small groups are encouraged in this day and age. Quarantine told us to stay home, and we all learned about each other. We all learned things, okay? We learned about each other, and we learned a lot about life. And the first thing that I enjoyed, okay, I didn't enjoy much, okay, but there's things that were interesting to me during quarantine. The first thing that was interesting to me were people who were refusing to isolate, right? Because here's the thing, everyone thinks they're way more important than they really are. Everyone does, okay? Everyone in this room does. Everyone in this room is like, I'm so important. No, you're not. But people think they're genuinely very, very important. I'll give you one example. There's a guy in my building, okay? He was worried because he had to take a business trip of some kind and was worried that when he came home, he would have to isolate for 14 days, okay? And he was arguing with officials who were like, no, you have to, when you come back, you have to isolate. And it's like, no, I don't have to isolate. I shouldn't have to isolate. This is bullshit. I don't have to isolate because he's very important. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? There are occupations that are important that maybe you don't need to isolate. Maybe you're a surgeon or a nurse or a paramedic or any sort of health worker. Chances are you have patients that rely on you. Maybe you are a truck driver who's driving supplies across this country. Maybe you are a grocery store worker. These are the people we needed to keep us going, right? And I thought this guy was one of those, but he wasn't. He was an accountant. He was an accountant, and he didn't want to isolate. And I was like, why? Isn't getting into accounting isolation in itself? Is that the first thing? Like, no one here hangs out with accountants. No one here. They're the most boring people on the planet. And you know how I know this? Because every time a comedian writes a joke and they're thinking of a boring occupation to put in a joke, you know what the default is? Accountant. That's what we go with. Because we all know, no one hangs out. None of you are friends with accountants. And some of you are accountants and you're sitting here being like, I don't like that. No, it's the truth. It's because you have no friends. Okay? You've never seen. No one cares. And they do an important job. And accountants are very smart human beings, but you've never found a good-looking accountant. You know why? Because no one wants to hang out with them. No one, okay? And this guy's like, why can I isolate? Like, you have no friends. Who are you going to meet? You're an accountant. No one hangs out with you. Do you know how I know that no one hangs out with accountants? Because even rich people don't hang out with their accountants. Do you understand? And no one relies on accountants more than wealthy people because they keep money in your pocket. But anytime you see a movie, right, with a really wealthy person, right, they're portraying like a multimillionaire or billionaire, right? They're hanging out at the golf course, right? And who are they hanging out with? They're always hanging out with their lawyer. Because lawyers are crazy human beings and they're fun, okay? So people, even wealthy people are like, no, I like my lawyer. They're crazy. They say some shit and they keep me out of jail, okay? That's the cool part. And they're always playing golf, right, with their lawyers, and they have their assistant standing on the side with a cell phone. And then the cell phone will ring and the millionaire will be like, hey, what's going on? And the person will be like, oh, it's your accountant. And they're like, yeah, I'm not available right now. And that's the person who keeps their money. Okay? And some of you are still not on board. I will give you more evidence of this fact, okay? Every porn site in the world does not have a parody that includes accountants. Do you understand that? Every other job has been parodied to death. Policeman, firefighter, pizza delivery, plumber, electrician, flight attendant, pilot, surgeon, doctor, nurse. All of them are in porn. Not one video where someone is like, oh my God, are you the accountant? Oh my God. Oh my. Are you the guy who does accountant stuff? Oh my God. No one. They would rather make 650 videos of people fucking their sisters than one video of someone sleeping with an accountant. I checked. I did the research, okay? I did the research. And that's my permission for anyone in the room who's gonna watch porn in the next few days. If you get busted by your significant other, just be like, no. I was just fact-checking the comedian. I was just making sure. He's right, there's 650 videos. The other thing that I liked about quarantine, we shut it down, was the Olympics got canceled, right? The Olympics were supposed to be this year, you know. Like many things in the summer, a lot of things got canceled. Obviously, travel is to a minimum now, and people were afraid. But I don't know if you guys remember this, but Canada was the first country to pull out of the Olympics. The Olympics were still on, they were still debating, and Canada was the first country to be like, you know what? We're not gonna send our athletes to Japan, we're out. And everyone was like, oh my God, look at Canada being a leader, being responsible, protecting its athletes. What, like, this is amazing. Canada was a pioneer. And I was laughing because I was like, it's bullshit, okay? Canada was the first because they were like, oh, thank God we don't have to go and suck. We don't have to go and suck at. Canada sucks at the Olympics so much. They suck at the Summer Olympics. You dominate the Winter Olympics. Oh, you dominate, and you're so proud of it too. You're like, we dominate the Winter Olympics. I'm like, you're supposed to, okay? You're one of 13 countries that have snow in the world. I hope you dominate the Winter Olympics, okay? It's you and Finland. Those are the only two places that should dominate the Winter Olympics, okay? But you suck at the Summer Olympics, and I get it, right? Like, I mean, I don't, but I get it, right? Because, like, the Winter Olympics, like, let me tell you something. You shouldn't be proud to dominate the winter. You know why? Because, again, one of 13 countries in the world that have snow, okay? Like, if a bunch of sub-Saharan Africans just showed up and dominated the Winter Olympics, now that is impressive, okay? Just a bunch of Ugandans showing up. They don't even have equipment for skiing. They're just like, no. Put me on a plywood. I'll go down. Just put me... That's impressive. But kind of sucks at the Summer Olympics. You can't. You know how I know that you suck at the Summer Olympics? You had a gold medal in one of them in swimming. There's a girl that won a gold medal in swimming, and you actually considered making her prime minister. Like, for like 2 days, people were like, should we put her in office right now? What are her credentials? She's a swimmer and she got a gold medal. That's enough for me. Because the Summer Olympics, like, here's the thing, the things that dominate, and Canada's not one of them, and I feel bad for the athletes, because you train for 4 years just to find out that you're mediocre. That's a horrible, horrible thing to go through. That's horrible. That's horrible. Every other championship, every other thing, it's every year, and sometimes you just find out very quickly, like you basketball, whatever, soccer, whatever it is. But in the Olympics, you wait 4 years to find out, and then the worst part of it is the journalists, the CBC people who cover these Olympics. I hate all of them, okay? Because there should be some sort of compassion when you're in the media and you're someone who interviews Olympic athletes. There should be a rule, and this should be like a global rule, okay? If the contestant from your country comes in last, don't talk to them, okay? Just let them finish the race and just go and cry in a corner by themselves. They know what just happened. But this idiot from CBC, right? I remember there was the 2008 Beijing Olympics, the swimming, right? They go into the pool, it's a final, right? They go back, boom, boom, finish. Michael Phelps is at the gold medal. There's another person, like a Russian or something. Yeah. The Canadian in the race came in 8th out of 8 people, okay? You saw him look up and he's like, oh, yeah, Canadian flag, my name, yeah, last. Okay, and this idiot runs to the pool. This guy's not even getting out of the pool yet. And he just stands there and is like, hey, how do you feel about this? What the fuck are you talking? And you have to give some insane stock answer, like, you know, it was a hard race and it was trained hard and just happy to be a part of it, and shout out to all my family and friends who have supported me, when really what you say is like, get the camera out of my face. Do you understand? Like, why would you interview a person in the worst moment of their life? Like, hey man, your family and friends are disowning you right now in Nova Scotia. How do you feel about that? Your girlfriend is writing a breakup text to you as we speak, and she's gonna try and get with Michael Phelps. How do you feel about that? You know, it's very lonely, I get it, right? Because I was watching, I watched all, like, because as soon as they shut things down, I was like, cool, let's do this, okay? I got into all the streaming services. I got Netflix, I got Disney Plus, Apple TV, I'm like Crave, I'm like Amazon Prime, bring it all on. I know, I'm bragging, I have a bit of money, I know. It's no big deal, it's like $63 a month, it's no big deal. I'm not here to brag, but I'm rich. And I have 2 TVs. Anyways, the thing is, that's not the point, that's not why we're here. We're here. So I'm enjoying myself. I mean, that's my world. I'm enjoying all the streamings. I'm just going. And one of the things that I enjoy is when you're binge watching a television show, right? On this streaming, the experience is very different, right? On each streaming service, because like Netflix and like Crave, for example, they tell you like an episode ends and they give you like Netflix like 15 seconds and Crave is like 13 seconds. They're like, listen, you have 13 seconds to figure out, do you want to watch the second episode? Maybe pause it, go to the bathroom, get a snack, whatever. They give you that countdown. And then when it's done, they go into the next episode. You're like, cool, right? And I was enjoying this. And then I went to Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime don't fuck around, okay? They don't care about your life. Because you'll start episode 1, okay, of a TV show on Amazon Prime. And 4 hours later, they'll be like, yeah, you're 14 minutes into episode 5, bitch. Deal with it. You're like, whoa, what happened? There was no warning. There's no lag time. There's nothing. If you don't pause on Amazon Prime, you could be on your couch for 3 days. And this is what I did. But this is why I know I'm built for stage 1. I was built for stage 1. Because you know why? I came out of this quarantine the same weight I went in with. None of you can claim that. None of you can do that. Because everyone that I know either gained weight or lost weight, okay? Everyone I know either went in, I was like eating everything in the world, and they gained weight, or they went in and they got bored and started working out, and they're the fittest they've ever been in their lives. Those are the 2 extremes we have in society right now. I am the only one who maintained, which means I have been quarantine eating my whole life. Do you understand how messed up that is? I was stuffing myself with everything. Pizza, wings, ice cream, and my body was like, yeah, we're trained for this. This is what we do. I'm like, I'm binge eating. Like, my body's like, no, you're just eating. You're just eating. This is the same amount of food we've always had. Stop pretending this is about COVID, okay? We also learned a lot about America, right? Because this is the thing. America has been a country that's been at the forefront of everything. They want to be number 1. And unfortunately for them, they're also number 1 in being idiots when it came to this pandemic, okay? And I, for one, enjoyed it, and I'll tell you why. I told you I was watching all the shows on television and all the streaming services, okay? And I've been watching movies my whole life about global disasters, right? There's always aliens are coming, it's an earthquake, it's a solar system, whatever is gonna kill the entire world. And what happens in these movies? America saves the world. They always tell us that America will save the world. American scientists are always gonna be at the forefront, and the military will get involved, and America will save the world, right? There's always these movies. And you guys know all these movies, right? If it's a like a natural disaster, right? They'll show you what it's gonna do to the world, right? And they'll always start in Asia. for some reason. They always study in Asia, okay? And we know it's Asia because they show a monastery on the top of a mountain. And even though none of us have ever been there, we're always like, oh, that's Bhutan. Like, we don't know why we have so much confidence saying this. We're like, oh, that's Bhutan. We've never been, but we know that's Bhutan. And they don't even put the caption at the bottom. They just go generic Asian monastery, and we're like, Bhutan. And it's going to be a flood, and it's going to take out this monastery in Bhutan. They show you the rest of the world. They show you the Eiffel Tower and the Vatican, to show you Europe, and they show you the Sydney Opera House, to show you Australia, and then they go over to Africa, and it's always a desert with a bunch of naked people, okay? And that's how we know. It's like, put black naked people in a desert, people will know that's Africa, and that's fucked up, okay? Because I'm an African immigrant. I'm like, why is that us? Okay? Especially because all these naked people in the desert are somehow watching satellite television. I'm like, what is this television plugged into? There's not an electric socket for miles, but they're watching a satellite television in the middle of a desert, butt naked. What kind of priorities do you think we have as Africans? Where like, no, get me the satellite television. I don't need pants. And then in real life, a real global pandemic showed up, and every country got it right except America. And I was like, oh, this is hilarious. Because they're gonna make a movie about this, and they're gonna pretend they actually did it right, and we're all going to laugh in unison, just looking around, be like, no, New Zealand and Senegal got this right, America did not. But you know that movie is coming, and it's gonna be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who somehow is a chemist and also a Navy SEAL at the same time. And he's just going to go around America just punching vaccines into people, just like, "Ah! Then he'll do the eyebrow thing. And I'll be like, oh my God. I learned about white people in this thing, right? The things that I didn't know. Because as black people, even brown people, any of the people who are trying to fight for a seat at the equality table, we've been doing this wrong. This is how we've been trying to fight for equality. We've been trying education, representation, advocacy, protesting, arts, music, comedy, whatever, all this stuff we're trying, and none of it has worked. And then COVID taught all of us something that we didn't know. And now we're on to you, white people, okay? We're on to you. Because it took only 3 weeks for white people to not have access to their hairdressers to fall apart. They fall apart. White people were in the middle of this just crying, being like, oh my goodness, my roots are showing. I'm never gonna be able to leave the house ever again. And I'm like, this is what we need to do. I'm telling you, all the black, brown people, we need to band together and start killing hairdressers. All of them, take them out, just take them out. Once we're done with all of them, we'll run the planet easy. There's no white person is gonna leave their house. But I also understood why racism is important to white people, because everyone is racist, don't get me wrong. Every single person is racist in a way. We see it, we see differences, and we are biased about them. But white people are the most aggressive with it, and I realized why. It's because most of you decided at the beginning of this that you were done with makeup. And that is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life, okay? I was in Zoom meetings with white people with no makeup, and I was like, whoa, what is happening? Why is there a ghost on screen? Why is there? And now I understand why racism is important to you, because you have people like me who just wake up and we just get out of the house, okay? We don't have to put a single brush to our faces to leave the house, and that must piss you off, because you ever meet a white person with no makeup? They look like they're dying. They look like they're, like every white person, like every time I'll get into a Zoom meeting with a white person that doesn't have makeup on, I'll be like, do you have COVID? Like, what is happening? And they're like, no, I'm actually feeling great. I'm like, you don't look like it. You don't look like it. Put something. Where do your eyes stop? I don't even understand what is happening. Because this is the only thing I knew about white people before the pandemic. The only thing I knew about white people that for sure is like the pride that you take in handling spicy food. That's the only thing that I knew about you. White people love to tell you how they handle spicy food. It's a moment of pride. And I'm here to tell all the white people in the room. I understand that this is the conversations you have with other white people and it seems okay, but when you tell the rest of us, you seem like crazy human beings, okay? We don't need to know about this. Like, we don't need, like, oh my goodness, I can handle my spice. Good for you, okay? I have things to do. Do you understand? I went on a date once with this white girl and she was like, oh my goodness, I went to India and they gave me all this spicy food and I handled it all. I was like, they didn't give you spicy food, they gave you food. What is happening? You think they saw you and they were like, give us the special spice blend? Do you understand how crazy it is that you were sitting at the table with Indian people being like, oh my goodness, I can handle the spice. And they were like, what spice? Like, what are you? And I think I felt bad for. I felt particularly bad for a particular group of white people during the conversation that was happening about race. And that group of white people that I felt bad for were white people in interracial relationships. Because they've been training their whole lives for this moment. They were training their whole lives for this moment. And then it happened, and the first thing they were told is, no, as a white person, shut up and listen. And they were like, are you kidding me? I've been sleeping with this heathen for 7 years so I can be an authority on racism. You ever meet a white person that's dating a non-white person? Oh, they know everything about race. Oh my goodness, they're ready. And they were like, no, we don't want to listen to you anymore. We're going to listen to the minorities as they tell us their pain. And I was like, oh man, I feel for them. Because there's no one on the planet more confident. There's no one on the planet more confident than a white person dating a non-white person. You know why? Because you can't call them racist. You can't. Because the default for us minorities is anytime we meet a white person, we're like, racist until proven different. You understand? That is the default. That is the life that we live. I know it's supposed to be a secret, but I'm telling you right now, anytime I meet a new white person in my life, I'm like, prove to me that you're not racist. That is the default. And that is the joy that white people in interracial relationships, they love it. That's why they'll never walk into a building with their significant other. They'll never do it. They'll always walk 5, 6, 7, 8 steps ahead because they want the reveal. They want the moment of pride. They want to walk into the room and look around and all of you will look at them and be like, oh, just another regular white person. And they'll be like, aha! That's what you might think! That I'm just another regular Brad, huh? But that's where you're wrong, because in 3, 2, 1, boom, black Nigerian wife, yeah! And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Have a good night. Thank you. Good night.